Today, I'm gonna give you the best explanation for why you should use a real estate agent to buy a home. For most people, purchasing a house is the largest financial decision that they'll ever make, and there are real risks. So it only makes sense that you have a professional representative. Finding the right house is a lot of work, and inexperience or oversight could cause you to lose out on the property that you want. A lot of unrepresented buyers overpay, and many others purchase a home with undetected issues needing thousands of dollars in repairs. People rarely save money by not using a realtor. A buyer's agent will educate and guide you throughout the process, and a buyer's agent will cost you nothing. Yes, it's true. There are dozens of incredible benefits to using a real estate agent when buying a home, and I'm gonna go in depth to explain what they are. Hi, I'm Ty the Real Estate Guy, and if you'd like to stay up to date on the latest real estate tips and trends, subscribe to my channel and ring that little bell. If you have questions or comments at any time during this video, please leave a message below. If you'd like to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, please feel free to call or text. I would love to talk with you. Okay, before I get to my list, I want to speak to those of you who are skeptical or might want to discredit this video because I'm a real estate agent who could profit by presenting these facts. I understand where you're coming from, I really do, but I assure you, I have your best interest at heart. I deeply care for those of you who are working hard and trying to make decisions to benefit your life. And I would hate for you to make a poor decision due to misinformation. So I'm gonna give you examples and clearly explain how and why you can benefit from using a buyer's agent. A common misconception is that you'll get a better deal not using a realtor. And sure, a small percentage of people actually do save money on their own, but it's not all about the money. There are loads of other incredible benefits. So let's get to it. Number one, it's free to use a buyer's agent. This is the biggest shocker for many looking to purchase a home. I often get asked, how much is it gonna cost for me to hire you? My answer, nothing. Sincerely, you don't pay the buyer's agent a dime. The seller's agent agrees to a specific fee before the home is listed for sale. Then, when the home is sold, they pay the brokerage that they hired to sell their home, and the listing agent splits those funds with the buyer's agent. In other words, the seller agrees to pay a certain percentage or dollar amount, rather the buyer is represented or not. So it's difficult to negotiate a price down using the argument that you don't have a real estate agent because the seller pays the same fee either way. And most people who sell their home without a realtor still offer a buyer's agent commission. Because buying a home is the largest financial decision most people ever make, it only makes sense that you have a professional on your side looking out for your best interest. Pro tip, choose a full-time realtor with a proven track record. Do not hire an agent because they are a family member, a friend, or a neighbor unless they are well qualified. But it's not all about the money. Number two, a realtor will greatly reduce your stress and your workload, guiding you through the entire process from getting the loan to finding the right home and all the way through closing. The best realtors are there for you even after you close. It's a huge comfort to have the knowledge and calmness of someone who has been through the process hundreds of times. Things that surprise or upset many of my clients are often part of the normal process of buying a home. Because I've successfully managed similar situations, I can calmly educate my clients and resolve the issue. Number three, realtors have the tools, training, and connections to quickly find houses that fit your criteria. But most importantly, experienced agents know what to look for, and they can quickly determine which properties are the best or offer the most value. Full-time agents look at homes on a daily basis so they can quickly identify the best characteristics and potential problems. Sometimes it's not about the house, it could be the location. For instance, some neighborhoods close to the city might have high crime, while other nearby locations are extremely safe. I unknowingly purchased a home close to a sewer treatment plant, and the stench was so bad at times that you couldn't go outside. No joke. Awesome home, wrong location. Number four, your agent will confirm the accuracy of the homes listed for sale. My clients often send me homes that they found online. I welcome this, and I'm glad they're so excited to look at homes. But often, the homes they send me are already sold, and sometimes weeks previous. You'd think with the technology that we have that this wouldn't happen. Some websites don't have the resources, but often these sold homes are intentionally left to show as available. These websites want to show as many homes available as possible, so you'll call them. When you do, you'll be scrubbed to make sure you're an actual buyer, and then promptly passed onto some random real estate agent. Because purchasing real estate is such a large decision, you might want to be the one to choose who you work with. Number 5, once you've selected the properties that you'd like to see, your realtor will make the phone calls and set the appointments for you to view the homes. In most situations, your agent will be the one to open the doors for you and walk through the homes with you. Then, once you go under contract, your agent will take on the responsibility of ensuring the home inspector, appraiser, or whoever else can access the property when needed. Number 6, as you walk through the properties, your agent can point out the advantages and disadvantages of each house, helping compare one against the other. They can help you understand which features give the home real value. Realtors also make a good sounding board, helping you discover what you really need versus what you want. It can be an information overload. Your agent will be a good source of moral support, and having that extra person there gives you the added layer of safety, especially for those of you who are looking at properties on your own. Number 7, your friendly neighborhood real estate agent will have a solid understanding of the local market. They should have a pretty good idea of what locations are highly desirable and other areas which you might want to avoid. They know which areas are expensive and where you can get more bang for your buck. Once you've shared your wants and needs with your realtor, they'll be able to zero in on specific locations that fit your budget and your search criteria. Your agent will also know if homes are selling at, below, or above market value and help you present an appropriate offer. In a hot market, you'll most likely need to submit an offer above the asking price without asking for too many concessions. An experienced realtor will have several strategies to give you a better chance of getting your offer accepted while making sure that you don't overpay. In a stable or declining market, you might convince the seller to accept an offer below the asking price or persuade them to pay some or all of your closing costs. A skilled realtor will know how to get you the best price and terms. If you're coming from out of state or otherwise unavailable, your agent can do video tours of the properties that you're interested in and check out the neighborhood. It's something that I love to do. Number 8, when you find a home that you love, your real estate agent will prepare the required paperwork. There are certain steps to be taken and specific forms that need to be submitted. It's vital that you have an experienced professional to make sure that you understand the deadlines, contingencies, and other crucial aspects of the contract. Your agent will explain how much earnest money is expected, when it's due, acceptable forms of payment, and where the deposits should be held. Your agent will make sure you give the seller the appropriate time frame to review your offer. Don't give them enough time and your offer could be dismissed. Give them too much time and another offer could come in better than yours. Your realtor will help you set acceptable timetables to receive and review the seller's property condition disclosures, to do your due diligence, appraisal, financing, and the closing date. Then your agent will hold you accountable for hitting those required timelines. Overlooking just one of these critical dates could cost you the house and allow the seller to keep all of your earnest money. And we don't want that to happen. Finally, your realtor will present your offer to the seller in a clean, professional way, increasing your chances that the offer will be accepted. Poorly written contracts with blank or missing areas are often dismissed. Number 9, your realtor can help you negotiate the best terms. Agents who have successfully completed hundreds of transactions know how to present the best offers without giving away too many concessions or overbidding. In a stable or declining market, a savvy realtor will know just how far they can push the seller to get the biggest discount. Because I understand how seasonality can change buyer and seller sentiment, at certain times of the year, I've been able to get sellers to pay most, if not all of my buyers' closing costs, even in this sizzling market. Top performing agents understand how market conditions change the way homes are bought and sold. I would even go as far as to say that full-time real estate agents who are in the trenches daily can feel market shifts before the statistics are published. This can save their clients thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. When COVID-19 first hit, there was a wave of confusion. No one knew how bad it would be. Mass fear triggered shutdowns. People were, well, I don't want to say forced to stay home, but certain parts of the country were pretty strict. Mask mandates were put into place. People were practically bathing in hand sanitizer and hoarding toilet paper, among other things. And strict travel restrictions wouldn't allow people to come home. During this maddening time, in April of 2020, I felt deeply inspired to produce the video, Should You Buy a Home During the Coronavirus Pandemic, where I urged people to buy a house right now. At this same time, many others started producing housing market crash videos that received millions of views. These reckless YouTubers only added to the confusion. I knew that we were in a major housing shortage before COVID-19 hit, and my instincts told me that the virus would only increase people's desires to own a home. Had you followed my advice and purchased a home in April of 2020 or shortly after, you likely would be sitting on $100,000 of equity. If you purchased a home here in Utah, one of the country's hottest housing markets, you could have more than $200,000 in equity. Experienced realtors are master negotiators. I love the challenge of trying to get my clients the best deal possible. It excites me to celebrate an accepted contract with my clients on a well-negotiated offer. The top real estate agents take pride in educating themselves. I've been through multiple negotiation trainings and I've read a few books on the subject. I've learned some simple tricks that increase the chances that my clients will get the property that they want and save them some money in the meantime. But it's not all about the money. A good agent will also negotiate the best terms. Your realtor might be able to convince the seller to let you close and move into the property a little sooner or later if needed. They might convince the seller to leave appliances, furniture, or any other number of things that make the deal even sweeter and save you the cost of purchasing those items later. But negotiations don't end when you put the home under contract. I encourage my clients to get a home inspection. The inspector will send you a list of everything they found, from past issues to current troubles and even possible future problems. The list can be long, but as one of my clients recently discovered, even though I strongly advised against it, it's a mistake to ask the seller to fix everything. Why? Because the home is not new. You'll need to let some things slide. To be honest, I spent over 15 years in the new home construction industry, and even when you build, there's no such thing as a perfect home. Your agent will know what items most sellers are willing to repair or replace and what things you may need to let go. Or if my clients prefer, I often give the seller the option of reducing the price of the home instead of making the repairs. When negotiated correctly, you will maximize the number of items the seller agrees to do or the largest discount they're willing to give to not have to do the work. I can usually convince the seller to do a lot of the items on the inspection list, explaining that the next buyer will likely ask them to do the same thing. Disclaimer, home builders will allow home inspections, but it's unlikely that they'll give you a better deal, and there's a good chance that they will not do many of the items on your inspector's list. What if the appraisal comes in low? Often, especially in hot housing markets, the seller will expect you to cover the price difference. If you refuse, you could lose the house. Your agent should be able to help you and the seller bridge that gap so you can close on the home. In a scorching hot market like we're seeing today, a lot of buyers will waive the appraisal contingency, meaning that they agree to pay the discrepancy. In these type of markets where it's fairly common, sellers may expect buyers to cover the entire difference, and they usually want it in writing before they accept your offer. Number 10, your agent has access to the needed experts during the home buying process. First and foremost, it's a huge advantage to hire a knowledgeable realtor who's walked through thousands of homes. These agents recognize small details that could be signs of a bigger problem. This can be a tiny crack, a small bulge, some fraying, or even a fresh coat of paint. As a former home inspector, I have a deep understanding of potential risk as I walk through the houses, but I still recommend a home inspection. If you purchase a property with certain issues, structural or other, you could be burdened with tens of thousands of dollars in repairs that must be completed for the safety of your family. One of my clients recently had a home inspection come back with unsafe levels of meth. Had my client not ordered that inspection, there's a good chance he and his family could have had medical issues. Thankfully, we were able to cancel the contract and find a better property. Inspectors can also protect you from issues pertaining to insects, mold, radon, equipment that could need repair or replacement like a furnace or the AC, among other things. Real estate agents who have been around have built solid relationships with many of the top professionals, people who are honest, hardworking, and dependable. These individuals usually offer quality work, better value, and great customer service. I've been working with my preferred lender for nearly a decade. He's built an amazing team, and my clients love that he's always willing to sit down with them. I've known my trusted home inspector for 25 years. He trained me to be a home inspector when I was in my early 20s before becoming a realtor was even on my mind. And my experience as a home inspector led me to becoming a real estate agent. Maybe I'll share that story in the future. Just like other realtors, I recommend these companies or individuals because I've been burned by bad ones too many times. When someone proves they'll take great care of my clients on a regular basis, they earn my trust. If I need something quick, I can often count on them to get it done. And when I'm working with my investors, I often recommend that they use my trusted real estate attorney. Number 11, realtors protect you from scams, fraud, or being taken advantage of. It's important to understand that the listing agent represents the seller. They are obligated to make sure that the seller's best interests are protected. This includes maximizing what you pay for the property and that you get little to no other compensation. A buyer's agent represents you, doing everything in their power to decrease what you pay for the property and negotiate the best terms possible. Your realtor will know if something in the paperwork is questionable or shady, and realtors will warn you of potential scams or fraudulent activity. And your agent will keep a close eye on those important timelines that you agreed to when you signed the contract. They'll keep you and the seller on schedule and make sure critical deadlines aren't missed. A small mistake or mental lapse could allow the seller to cancel the contract and keep all of your earnest money. Number 12, a good realtor will be your emotional support. The process of applying for a loan, searching for the right home, submitting offers. Yes, you might need to submit several offers before getting one accepted. Then, once you're under contract, putting down earnest money, ordering inspections, doing your due diligence, and trying to get everything done in those short timelines can be stressful. Not to mention, you're making what will most likely be the largest financial decision of your life. It's stressful to think about that new monthly mortgage payment. And many of you are depositing your lifelong savings into this property. It can get emotional, to say the least, and there can be a lot of bumps along the way. Sellers have become angry or hard to work with after going under contract. I've had to deal with non-responsive sellers and listing agents. All these things can add to the stress, and on multiple occasions, I've had to reassure people that they're making a good decision and they're doing the right thing. Your realtor is a buffer between two parties trying to get through a very stressful process. There have been tears, lots of them, but usually tears of joy. Number 13, your realtor can expand your knowledge of real estate. I pride myself in helping my clients go from homeowners to real estate investors. There are many routes to take, from long-term rental properties to short-term rentals. For some, seller finance is the best option. I'm honored to say that I've been able to help many of my clients create passive income by becoming real estate investors. I'm not going to go in depth on this subject because I have several videos that break down the different strategies. If you'd like to expand into rental properties, you might want to watch the 310 Real Estate Investing Strategy. Or if you're looking for the most advanced system for investing in real estate, I've teamed up with the king of creative finance, Dustin Zeller, to show you the best way to maximize your returns, minimize your risk, and remove the hassle of managing your properties. If you're serious about investing in real estate, this might be the most important video you ever watch. Look for the link to these and other popular videos below. If you're a first-time home buyer, when you're done with this video, you'll want to watch how to buy a home for the first time. If you're looking to build a home, I highly recommend you find a realtor like me who has experience dealing with home builders. Buying a home from a builder is significantly different than buying an existing home. Often, you'll be dealing with a large, inflexible corporation. Builders can be insensitive and unforgiving. And if I'm being honest, they can be bullies. Agents who don't deal with builders on a normal basis will be just as confused as you are when things don't go as planned. In my 15 plus years as a new home construction specialist, realtors without knowledge of how home builders work regularly complicated the process for their clients, only adding to the confusion and the stress. If you're planning to build, look in the description below for videos that will guide you through the process. Sorry, I'm not trying to push my videos on you. It's just that I've spent a lot of time going in depth on many of these subjects, and I do my best to keep my videos precise. So for those of you seeking more knowledge, you just need to click on the next link. When you're guided by an experienced agent, the process of buying a home will be much easier, and you should have a good time. One of the main reasons I became a realtor was so that I could guide great people just like you through the process of buying a home and then hopefully become real estate investors. If you're looking to buy, sell, build a home, or invest in Utah real estate, please feel free to contact me directly. If there's something in this video that stood out to you as being helpful, or if you have questions, please comment below. I do my best to respond to each one of you. If you know someone who's thinking about buying a home, please share this video with them, and please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to be notified each time I post new videos. Also, you can find me on Instagram at Ty, the Real Estate Guy. If you found this information helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to ring that little bell below. It'll make you feel good.